Okay, here we are at Aston United's league fixture with Leigh Genesis for a quick chat with manager Danny Johnson. Thanks for talking to us again, Danny. Just looking first to ask for a quick update on the injury situation. We've had a few players, well, more than a few players out with various suspensions, injuries, etc. Where are we up to with that at the moment?
Callum Flanagan's still out with a groin injury. Hopefully he'll be back training in the week, maybe Thursday. Obviously Callum's was magnificent for us in over Christmas and just before and just after. That's been a bit of a blow for us because we just found his feet. Ian Kearney, he's not available today. He's still got getting spasms in his back, so Ian Kearney's still struggling, so he's not available for selection today. Matty O'Neill's on the bench today. Hopefully we'll try and get Matty 15-20 minutes at the end to see how he goes. Matty's been training for the past couple of weeks and been doing some running, but he's still not 100% with his ankle, so we'll see how he goes. But other than that, we've got a bit of a clean bill of health. Obviously we're without Nicky Prescott today, who's suspended and is also suspended on Tuesday at Witton, and Ben Smith suspended on Tuesday at Witton as well. Craig Robinson's kind of been struggling through, and I think he needed a week off to. Obviously, he's been out with his ankle, but he's been compensating. His opposite hamstring's been quite sore, so that's been giving him a few problems. We had a couple of treatment sessions this week, and he trained a little bit on Thursday and sort of tried to loosen it off. So hopefully now Robbo will be getting himself back to full fitness again after a long layoff. But that's it. We're back to full strength virtually. So hopefully for the last 11-10 games we can go and pick up enough points to mount a bit of a chance for the playoffs.
What do you make of? Well, what did you make of the last two games? Because obviously there's been a lot said about playing budget being reduced back to what it was at the start of the season, etc. But an interesting two games really. One where fantastic result against Bradford, and then did you feel the second game against Worksop was a bit of an anti-climax, or do you think actually it was a hard-fought sort of point in the end? Just before I talk about the Worksop, I just want to clarify a situation with regards to the budget. The budget hasn't gone back to what it was at the start of this season. It's gone below, substantially below what it was at the start of this season. So I'd like to clarify that because that's been in the papers, and it's been on. I know I spoke to the chairman about it, and the chairman's put his hands up, and he sort of worded it wrong on the website, but it's actually below what it was at the start of this season, what we agreed at the start of this season, and it's the same as it was when I first took over the job, and we'd sort of moved on from there. So just to clarify that bit, because it has been in the Tameside advertiser, I'm led to believe, and it's false information. That isn't true. So I just wanted to clear that one up. The wage budget now, we've hopefully, after it's been in the paper this week, we've put it to bed. The players have put it to bed. I've put it to bed, and we're moving on. As for the Worksop game last week, thought we were poor. However, their keepers made two absolutely magnificent saves at crucial times in the game. Obviously, what you say, the header from Alex Frost prior to us, them getting the penalty, which would have made us put us 2-0 up, which was just an unbelievable save. And obviously, the last kick of the game, Gaz Richards has, he's done everything right. His header really unlucky, and I can only describe the save as the Gordon Banks and Pele kind of situation. It was absolutely magnificent, and we were all thinking the ball's just going to hit the back of the net, and somehow he keeps out. However, Worksop could have had 6 or 7 for themselves, and the performance last week wasn't good enough. However, I think it's dead easy to look at yourself and not give credit to the opposition, because I thought Worksop really rallied, and I thought they were well worthy of picking up 3 points. And I think they beat Frickley in the week 3-1, which obviously says that they're not a bad side, because Frickley aren't a bad side. They're very tough to beat and tough to negotiate. So the Worksop weren't bad last week, and I think if there's any of them teams going to get out of it, I think it's them. But when you look at the Bradford game, I just think we were slow to get into our stride. But I thought in the end, we were well worthy of getting the 3 points. I thought against Bradford, I thought they sort of huffed and puffed a lot, and they played a lot of attractive football, and they looked the part. Again, I can only recall Terry Smith making 1, maybe 2 saves in the entire 90 minutes, and they weren't what you'd call fantastic saves. They were just sort of bread and butter for Terry Smith. So I thought we were well worthy of the 3 points. It's just because of the sort of desire and the endeavour and the commitment, and especially going down to 10 men with the last 15 minutes. The way the lads sort of worked and got themselves disciplined, and they worked on the shape, and we didn't give Bradford any space even when we had 10 men. So I thought we were well worthy of that. Yeah, it's good. Right, of course we're well into the running now. It's sort of 2 months to go, really, isn't it? It's amazing how quickly the latter end of the season has come around. What's your target now for the rest of the season? Do you still think the playoffs is a realistic ambition?
I think until it's mathematically impossible, we're still in the shout. You know, a lot of people will point to today's game and say, you know, we should be picking up 3 points. Quite rightly so. I've just said to the lads, I can't go in there today and say to the lads, listen, you know, if we get a point here today, that'll be, and we'll be happy with that. We won't. We need to win the game today, without any question. You know, we've got Witten on Tuesday. Witten have really turned the season around, by the way, so that's not going to be an easy game. Then we've got Boston, who I watched against Leigh in the week, who again down there. You know, and then we've got a couple of games with teams in and around us. You know, FC United and Kendal. So at the minute, you know, it's in our hands. I think if we can put a string of results together, and if we can, I think at the remaining 33 points, we're going to need something like 22, maybe to secure a place in the playoffs. I don't think it'll be far wrong with 22 points, which is a big ask. You know, that means only dropping 11 points between now and the end of the season. When you consider we've still got FC United away, Eastwood on here, Kendal away. You know, and again, without any disrespect to teams down there, you know, we've got Witten away. That's going to be a tough game on Tuesday. We've got Witten on here, you know, and we've still got an awful lot of tough games to play. So just to drop 11 points, it would be a big ask, but it was still mathematically possible. So we'll be giving everything we can, and that's still the aim. It's got to be still the aim as players and managers, you know, and that's what we need to be doing.
Right. Okay. Thank you very much for that again, Danny, and good luck for today.
Thanks very much. Thank you.